this is John Dawson of Patio Daddy-O Barbecue in Boise, Idaho, and I've got it locked on the 50,000 gigawatt blowtorch of the internet that is Barbecue Central.
Happy to have you aboard here for the really big barbecue show.
Boing.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead and he's in the crackle. Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 2 feet for wiener.
Oh, listen, Liberty, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
Boing.
And just like that, we are into the second hour. It is the Barbecue Central Show. I was trying to figure out if I could quickly fix the button that sends the comments up under me, but I cannot into that lower third. Bones Brews BBQ from YouTube. I'm intrigued by the Blackstone-Weber merger. Interested to see what they do over the next year. I agree. This show covers all of the most important things in barbecue and grilling. Still to come on this show this evening is Sam the Cooking Guy and Ali Khan, respectively. We say good evening to those of you watching this show tonight through one of our video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show, or you can watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. We have a new YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. Are you watching Pitmasters on Facebook? And now 58% of you are saying yes, you are watching it. I am aligning with the 58% at this point, but we have been more 50-50 throughout the course of this show at the moment than we have been on either side of the yes or no. But 58% of you right now are saying that yes, indeed, you are watching it. Coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, we have episode 443 taking you back to February 4th of 2020 and a third week of requested shows from our pal Doug Scheiding from Texas, the longest running embedded correspondent. And this time around, first Tuesday of the month, regular guest Malcolm Reed joining us. We got into a deep discussion about how steak contests, well, it was about a steak contest that he was at. We talked about the steak contest and how it went, this, that. And I believe in February, and I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. This was a Shed Barbecue steak or SEA event. There was probably a barbecue contest associated with this as well, although it might have just been a steak contest because the Shed was putting on a very big blowout event 6 years ago, a number of years in a row, all that fun stuff. But more importantly than that, we also talked a lot about the associated Bloody Mary contest that event also staged. If you're any kind of fan of this show over the past 10 years or so, you know where the host is coming out on the Bloody Mary contest. Could there be a bigger waste of time? No.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Could there be a bigger waste of food hanging off a drink glass that is screaming for assistance as it might cave in, fall over, or break? No.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Bloody Mary contests. Worthless. They should only consist of a glass and said Bloody Mary drink. Not a rack of ribs and a brisket and a rotisserie chicken and all the different olives and pickles and celery sticks and a cheesecake, fried whatever. I mean, what are we doing? We're hanging all of the food off of one glass, and that's the Bloody Mary? I mean, doesn't it get lost in the mix here at some point? Double Odd Barbecue. I have pics from that Bloody Mary contest at the shed. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Get that big stuff out of here.
Look, we have Sam the Cooking Guy coming up here very shortly. I mentioned it here top of the first hour, but I want to get to it in a lot special time. If you missed the open, today, July 21st, Connie Rempe's birthday, my mom. How about that? Now, from time to time, my parents have called in on the show, as we know. And then if you are true fans of the show, not only is it a Connie Rempe real birthday, this is not like it's tomorrow or it was yesterday and we're getting in an advanced happy birthday or a belated happy birthday wish. Somehow the birthday gods have aligned, July 21st also being show night, so we can give a proper birthday greeting to my mom. We can congratulate her for having me and having the show. Yes. Also, my mom, a Barbecue Central Show's guest Hall of Famer, doing Connie's Recipe Corner for, any number of years in advance of how the show has evolved over, from 2006 here to 20 years, as Dan Arnold and I talked about not too long ago there in the first hour. And I said, hey, wouldn't it be nice if we got an updated picture of my parents? But even better than that. So we all know, like, the picture I had been used, outdated, So in true professional moms there to meet the needs fashion, she sent me not only an up-to-date photo, but she also went back into the archives. I don't know if she scanned this photo in. She didn't give me a specific date, but she's like, here's the one that we got back from the photographer. I don't know if they go to Sears. Does Sears even do pictures anymore? JCPenney's to do a couple's photo, and then said, oh, by the way, rummaging through the picture books, and thought you'd get a kick out of this one of, me and your dad from decades and decades ago, pre-kids. So, I mean, that's got to be what? I was born in 74, so it would have been, anytime July 10th, 1974, the 9th or before that, before kids. So, the updated picture is right here. Look at these guys. Oh, my God. Look at them. There's my mom on the right, of course, and then my dad on the left, looking better than ever. They've decided to go matching outfits. Is that right? Matching outfits? And my mom finally letting the hair go natural gray. My dad meeting her with that as well. You remember my dad had the goatee in the picture that we had been throwing up there when I would reference them. Has decided to go clean shave. So here they are. I mean, look at them. And, exceptionally jealous that my dad continues to have hair, where I'm talking about getting toupees.
Big stuff out of here.
And then, if that isn't enough, my mom sent me the picture pre-kids. And here they are. Look at this. I mean, I don't know. What is that, 1973, 1970? Here we go. A present day. And back in the 70s, maybe late 60s, my mom. And so here they've changed positions. Mom on the left, dad on the right. Here, Mom on the right, Dad on the left. But, oh, man, I mean, it doesn't look like two people that would be more fun to be around than Bill Rempe and Connie Rempe. I shudder to think that in this particular era, that's not a backdrop. That might be wallpaper. And the sweater looks great, and the hair is very of that time frame. I mean, wow. And to think that only however many 50 years later, I mean, here's what we're looking at. Great job, you guys. God bless. I mean, here you are, and enjoying your time down in Bradenton, Florida. And my mom has circled the sun successfully one more time. So,
hey, everybody.
I mean, what do we say here, right? We say, huh, yeah, to that birthday. I mean, look at them. They look great. I hope I look as good 20 years from now or whatever it's going to be. 20 years. Wow. Can't imagine. I can't imagine I will be around in 20 years, but you never know. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to outpace a 30-year life insurance policy that I got a number of years ago. I'm going to be pissed that thing doesn't pay off. But please join me in wishing my mom, Connie Rempe, a happy birthday. Please. Thank you. And it's today. Did you see that? Like, she sent me that. Okay. All right. Sam the cooking guy is ready to go. So why waste any time? Stick around and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
While I can't show you the comment, Jeff and Drizzy is saying Sonny and Cher, and I agree. Sonny and Cher. Awesome pictures. Everybody very happy with the current and pre-picture. A current and then pre-kids. My guest, not in a car this evening, and happily booking back 2 weeks later, is our pal Sam the cooking guy. Hey, Sam.
Dude, I would have done anything to make up for what happened last time.
That microphone is not picking up.
What do you mean? What? Nothing?
Not picking up. I mean, it's the computer.
Shit.
The
hold on. Input. Hold on.
Right.
Shit. Is that better? You got that?
Now you got to do the reconnect.
Oh, we'll have to leave and come back?
Is there not a little gear cog off to the right-hand side where you can choose the microphone? Did you already leave? Yes, you already left. In the meantime, let's do some cuts. Current day, pre-kids. Current day, pre-kids. God bless. Oh, God, they look so good. Look so good.
Can you hear me now?
I can, but tap the mic. Can you tap the mic? No. I don't know what the deal. Are you using Safari as a browser?
I will be in a second.
That was the rule. Nobody's reading my emails anymore. I say in the emails, don't use Google Chrome anymore. Google Chrome was once the savior of my show and is now the bane of my very existence. And I say, please, don't use Google Chrome anymore and the directions it's going to tell you, but don't do that. And I put that in the email before. How about now? I think it got worse. How can that be?
It did not. What?
It did. I think it got worse.
But you don't hear anything?
No, the computer microphone. So, let's just relax. Everybody be cool. It's cool.
Anything?
No, nothing. So go into the system settings.
Check.
No.
How's that?
No. Go into the system settings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm here.
And then go into input.
Yes.
And then you should see these Shure MV7.
Got it. How's that?
Yeah. And then pick that, save it. And then your input or your output should also be the same.
Okay.
And then now go back and reconnect, and we should be good to go.
Oh, my God.
It's fine. Okay. It's fine.
Stand by.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Something that might not be perfectly fine the more I'm looking at it because it's up here. These people. Mom, where are those earrings at? I believe Bobby or Marley will want those earrings. Don't worry, Dad. The sweater request is safe. Keep it. Oh, my God. Okay, how about now?
How about now?
We've done it. Oh, wait. We've done it. All right.
I would have been so sad if this hadn't worked.
I knew it was going to be fine. We just needed to take our time, work through it. Remember, as I say in every email now, don't use Google Chrome. Use where it was once a savior. It is now a bane of existence.
Well, for you, it's a bane.
It is.
But can I just say one thing? By the way, lovely pictures of your parents.
Yes, I mean, look at them. I mean, they look so great now, right?
Let me remind the audience.
Go ahead.
How many years did you lie to us about what your parents look like? How many years? All of them?
20 years, right?
Thank you. So now, are we really supposed to believe that those hippies are your parents?
Because this was the original picture that, you thought these were my parents.
So right now, I'm saying...
But these are really my parents. Why are we supposed to
believe? I believe that.
Yes.
I'm not sure I'm buying that.
Yeah, but that was 50 years to the junior there.
If you lied to us about them now,
but they
why
look
wouldn't
the
you
same.
lie to us?
I mean, look
why
at them. They look roughly the same. Well, I mean, they're older for crying out loud.
Yeah. If I had half a bottle of Jack Daniels in me and 5 big fat effing joints and shut one eye and put Vaseline on the other one, I might be able to connect the old to the young. Come on now.
I mean, I can only show you what my parents sent me. I don't know.
No, you lied to us for 20 years. I want you to swear on something. I want to know that those are really them.
I'll swear on this Mancoon that's sitting right next to me, Charlie.
That.
He's right here. He joins me every show now. He's my favorite cat.
You don't like cats.
I don't, but he's my favorite one I don't like.
Listen.
He caught the chipmunk that was in the house a couple weeks ago. No problem. Yes.
Anyway.
How does a chipmunk get in my house?
Happy birthday to Connie.
Yes.
And think about it.
Yeah.
A week before Connie was having her birthday, she was birthing you.
I know. How about that?
11
days later, the best thing happened to her in her whole life.
Well, there's other kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, she had my brother first, and then 2 minutes later, the best thing happened in her life. I came out. How about that? Sam, we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. Are you watching Pitmasters on the Food Network?
I do not watch the Food Network.
All right. Well, that's 3 for 3 guests not watching Pitmasters. It was Dan Arnold and Wes Wright in the first hour. It is now Sam the Cooking Guy leading off. And I'm wondering what Ali Khan is going to come out of the bullpen with. Currently, 58% of the YouTube voting public is watching Pitmasters.
That's a pretty good split.
In a shocking note, I am also watching Pitmasters, although I missed it last night. I was at a baseball game last night, so I'll catch it on replay. Okay. We didn't get together in June because I was international on that ass.
You were. Again, you're yearly.
You were more international on that ass in Japan, I think, and maybe Korea.
Yes, you're right.
And it was on the Japan side.
Yeah.
I could have bought a ticket to hang out with you, right? Like you were putting on a Sam the Cooking Guy trip.
We did 2 Sam the Cooking Guy guided tours of Japan.
How would I have known about this?
I don't know. You pay attention to my YouTube, my Instagram, my website, that kind of thing.
Wow.
But look, I wasn't guiding anybody. there was a guy.
You're the draw.
I'm the genial host.
Genial.
Genial.
All right.
Yes. Happy. I'm there to make sure people have fun.
Congenial.
Yeah, genial is also a version of that.
All right.
I speak the Queen's English, buddy.
Yes,
remember that?
I heard.
Yes, thank you. And so I didn't guide. I wasn't the guy going, that's the Nishiki market. It's been there for 75 years. It started from one. No, I was the guy that go, let's go to the Nishiki market and get the red furikake I've heard so much about.
The what?
Furikake.
What is that?
Furikake is a Japanese seasoning. It's sesame seeds, it's seaweed, there's some spices in there. But now there's this red one that's coming. You put it on rice, you put it on all fish, all kinds of things. It's really great. But anyway, the point is that I was the guy. They were Sam the Cooking Guy hosted tours to Japan. We did Tokyo. It was a week trip. We did Tokyo, Kyoto, and then Osaka. And it's me and 20 people the first trip, me and 16 people the second trip.
Wow.
The first one sold out in like a couple of days. And then the tour people said, hey, would you do another one? I said, yeah, if I don't have to come home and then go back.
So were you
said,
were
no,
doing
that'd be silly. So
these were all set up prior to you going to week one. Like they were both set up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So we started selling that first trip, I think, in January. And then it sold out in 2 days. And then a week later, it took a minute to figure out if we could get the hotels and the guides and all the stuff set up for the second trip. So when that was confirmed, we put a second trip on the books, and we sold that one. So the first one, I did it, and then there was like 3 days in between that I had off, which is good because my book was due to my publisher at the end of those 3 days. So I kind of focused on that. I was pretty good. I knew I was going away and I had to have it done. So I was just tightening it up. And then that 3 days ended and the second trip started. And we did the same stuff, almost the same stuff, but a different guide and a different group of people.
Which guide was better?
So hard to say. The first one was a woman, and she was like about 35 and lively and super exciting. The second guy, Tetsuro, was a 68-year-old ex-salaryman. Do you know what the term salaryman is?
No.
Salaryman is a typical Japanese businessman that sort of works for a big corporation. Black or dark suit, white shirt, dark tie, backpack, trudges to work, trudges home. They finish work about 7:00 because they're generally expected to stay kind of late-ish. And then they go out with their colleagues to drink and eat because that's how you get to know everybody, and it's a thing. And so Tetsuro was a salaryman for Canon for 30 years. And then he retired and he wanted to do something and he loved Japan and he did this. They were both really great in just different ways. Yeah, it was, and the groups were different, but both of the groups, imagine 20 and then like 16 random people, but after like a day and a half, just boom. It was like camp. They became buddies right away.
Mostly dudes?
No, not at all. It was basically 50-50. Yeah. In fact, it might have been 60-40 because each group, the first group had 3 extra women that weren't paired up. It was great. It was on, and I went into this thinking, okay, it's going to be fun, but it's a stranger thing. And how am I going to be? I loved every second of it. Every second of it. We're now working on a Vietnam trip that will now release hopefully next week.
How much was the ticket to go to Japan? Like roughly with airfare and for the week or whatever?
Trips like this, it's a pretty common system. You get to where the trip starts, and then you get home from where the trip ends on your own.
Yep.
They can't build it in because they don't know if you're coming from San Diego or Seattle or Alaska, or maybe you want to go and you're in Seoul and you want to come. So that the travel getting to and from part is on you. The in-country stuff is what you pay for, and this trip was $4,000 a person.
So it's $4,000 plus whatever your airfare would be.
Yeah. Which honestly, compared to some trips I've done, other group trips, was a bargain. Yeah.
Was everybody American that came over on this trip, or did you have international guests?
Everybody came from America.
Yeah. They weren't necessarily originating from America.
Yeah.
And what is the expectation that they have SAM access all the time?
No. You know what, Greg? I know that a couple of them said at the end, here's what we expected. We thought you'd be there in the beginning, the middle. Maybe you'd show up in the mornings for breakfast and maybe dinners, but then you'd be gone. And literally, whatever they did, whenever they did it, I was there. Well, outside of their hotel rooms. We went to a temple, I was there. We went to a market, I was there. We went to Tsukiji, I was there. On the Shinkansen high-speed bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto, I was there. We were eating our bento boxes together. We were drinking together. We were having the best time together. And I don't know if that's what other people do. All I know is that's what made 100% sense for me and made the trip, hopefully it made the trip better for them, but it made the trip better for me. Because getting to know people that I don't know and their backgrounds and what they do, that kind of stuff, I've already made on the YouTube channel a recipe that Sean, a school superintendent in, I want to say Minnesota, gave me while we were walking down the street in Kyoto one day. He goes, I got a recipe for you. It's a pasta made with cantaloupe that you would never think sounded good, and it was fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cantaloupe?
And I know you hate onions, so you probably hate other things too.
Yeah.
Do you like cantaloupe?
No, it's gross.
No, see? It's gross.
That's the orange one, right?
Yeah, Greg, that's the orange one.
Ugh. I'm not a real big melon guy. I hate watermelon. Hate the green one.
You hate America then?
No.
Yes.
Love America.
Don't hit your button.
How dare you?
I'm not so sure.
I do.
Watermelon.
Yeah. I'm just not, I've just never been a big, I don't know if there's any melon that I'm really into. I don't know why. Like, I've tried watermelon, like onions. I've tried it many times, and it's just, I can't get by it.
Close mine.
No, open.
Our video for Friday is the most beef-tastic burger we've made. We grilled a tri-tip beautifully, I might add. Sliced it super thin, and then put it on top of a patty that I ground myself from picanha.
Wow.
Picanha patty, cheese melted on top, tri-tip on top of that, sauteed mushrooms. But the sauce was this shallot burger sauce. Shallot Steakhouse burger sauce. This is maybe the best burger sauce I've ever made that will now be an all-time thing in this house.
Really?
And what makes me sad, what hurts my heart, is that you will never be able to have it because you won't eat a shallot. Because you're closed-minded.
I mean, I'll do between the two, between onion and shallot. I know they're in the same family, but I'm more I'm more in tune to trying shallot than onion.
Why?
It's a little less oniony.
I don't know. It was.
I mean, it is.
Listen, man, it was so good. You're not thinking scallion, are you?
No, come on. Scallions are gross.
Might be.
No. I know scallions. Scallions are terrible. They grow wild.
Listen,
in
my
front
first
yard.
cookbook, this one. My first cookbook, this one. Sam the Cooking Guy, just a bunch of recipes.
Look at that guy.
My editor, when I sent the, I know, look at me, I look like a child. My editor, when I sent the manuscript, anywhere that I had green onion, he changed to scallion.
Oh,
and I got the manuscript back, and I said, "Well, why'd you do that?" He said, "Well, he's from New York." He goes, "People in on the East Coast don't know what a green onion is." And I said, "So I'll tell you what. When you write a book, you can call them anything you want. I want to call them green onions."
Yeah.
So what we settled at was 1/4 cup diced green onions, shallots in parentheses, and then in the directions it only said green onions. Any cookbook I've done since, I've now understood that I have more weight than I did then. And now a green onion is a fucking green onion.
Yeah.
It's not a scallion.
But a scallion can't be shallot in parentheses.
But my point was, no,
Not
my
the same.
point was that people didn't know what a green onion was.
Yeah.
Maybe people confuse shallot and scallion. Which was maybe,
No.
That was
I mean,
my
like, I
point
know
to you.
everything about onions and all their individual species. And
Yeah, and you hate them all.
that shit. Yes, but I know them all.
You should.
I would like to think my culinary chops are up to snuff.
Let me tell people that are listening and watching right now.
Right.
Well, if you go, and you should watch the video on Friday on our YouTube channel, Sam the Cooking Guy. If you take away nothing more from the entire amazing burger that goes together, take away the shallot burger sauce, because that shit, my friends, is life-changing. And they're not just shallots diced up and put into like the business. They're sautéed first with a little beef gravy, a little bit.
I would be open to that.
A little beef broth.
I would be open to that.
Just blooms them open. Yeah. Wow.
If it's sautéed, maybe a little starting to caramelize a little bit, and then whatever you just said, the beefy stuff.
Exactly.
I think I could.
Yeah.
I could give it a whirl. I would try it.
Well, Dijon, Worcestershire, the whole thing was fantastic.
It's not a slice of raw white onion.
No, that's true, but I don't like that either. I mean, I do like. Listen, I live in a very Mexican food oriented city.
Yeah,
and so tacos with diced raw white onion and cilantro, that's a thing. And I'm fine there.
Yeah.
But like a big bite of white onion and something raw, that's not my bag. So caramelized onions, I could live there. Live in that world.
So tune in or make sure that you catch Sam's video coming out Friday and get the burger sauce recipe. What kind of cheese did you use on that? American cheese? Did you use real cheese?
No, I used white. I used the Havarti.
Havarti. Oh, yes. All right.
Kelly's favorite. Kelly loves Munster and Havarti. My wife loves cold cheese on buttered toast. So I often keep it.
Huh. All right.
But this was more steakhouse burger. I didn't want to go the American, which is generally my knee-jerk reaction, but I love it. But I wanted this to be a little... a tiny bit more upgraded.
Yeah, a little more elevated. Yeah.
Little more elevated. That's what I would say.
All right. Sam the Cooking Guy can be found over on the YouTubes. And it's thecookingguy.com, the website. If you want to buy accoutrement and merch and all that other stuff, shopstg.com.
Just go there and
watch. And let's really get the push to 4 million before the end of the year. We're all trying to get you there. If you're not subscribed to Sam, let's do it. He's been stuck at 3.86
Matt, I got a couple $1,000 if you want to go again.
No. We're not doing that. So, Sam,
you're not letting that happen.
You are always a delight and the best, and we will see you in August.
And remember, everybody, the whole audience, happy birthday, Connie.
That's right. Happy birthday, Con. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Sam the Cooking Guy right there. And I don't know if he's saying my parents are liars. with the younger picture of them or not? I don't know. Early mom and dad, current mom and dad. I mean, I see it, right? I mean, certainly older, hair's longer for both. I don't know what he's getting at. Ali Khan is in the green room, and before we get to him, I will talk to you quickly about our pals over at McAuliffe Cigars, because if you're ready for a cigar experience that is built on history and passion, these are the folks for you. It's a partnership forged between Texas passion and a Cuban cigar-making dynasty whose heritage spans back to the 1930s. Whether you're seeking the nuanced elegance of the Magdalia or the complex power of the Leyenda, McAuliffe offering a symphony of flavors for every palate. And don't forget about the ever-expanding color series, an unmatched smoking experience coupled with an unmatched value. White is the current color out. There's a new color coming out in a month or so. We'll have Amanda McAuliffe on to talk about that. Each cigar handcrafted in Esteli, Nicaragua by the legendary Gomez Sanchez family. McAuliffe delivering tradition and quality in every draw. Taste that tradition by visiting McAuliffeCigars.com to find a retailer nearest you. McAuliffe spelled MICALLEF Cigars.com. Ali Khan next. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Whole packers, full racks, legs and thighs, injecting butts. If you've never heard this before, you might think you found the best XXX show ever. Let's get back to the most homoerotic host out there today, Greg Rempe.
And we thank Sam the Cooking Guy for joining us last segment. TheCookingGuy.com is the website. Coming out of the bullpen tonight is a person who made his debut on this show back in March of this year. And while we learned all about how he got into TV and has now been leveraging social media to great success, tonight we are talking about money worth spending at fast food and fast casual restaurants, plus some barbecue talk and maybe some barbecue television talk as well. We race to the hotline and welcome back our pal Ali Khan. Ali, what's up?
Hey, did I crash the last one? I felt like I popped in too early.
No.
I didn't wreck the vibe.
No. So I can see everything, but whatever you were seeing is what everybody else was seeing. So we're all good there. No worries. We have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. So we'll ask you as well as we close out the show. Okay. Are you watching Pitmasters on the Food Network?
My God, I am the worst, and it's horrible because both Jess Pryles and Ernest Cervantes are great friends, but I've been keeping an eye on this show from a business standpoint because I'm always curious about what Food Network is putting up there, and it's all very crazy. I mean, like, the entire entertainment business is so upended, and it's always interesting to see the stuff they are making. And what's interesting is, because barbecue is something I'm interested in, so it reflects my feed, there are people who are kind of hyped up that this is almost a return of the PBS show. Remember there was the Barbecue Pitmasters show that had all those people on there? And I know they had been trying to bring that show back for a minute, little inside baseball there. And I think if you had to, I really was always curious about digging into the numbers about this, but from what I can tell, just very casually looking, is that Barbecue Brawl, Bobby Flay's show, does well. And they've been doing it for a few years now. It's seasonal. And it looks like if you look at how the lineup worked, it pretty much just followed that up as soon as, Barbecue Brawl happened, and now they've got this one there. So it's their second effort at barbecue. And it's interesting because, I could tell you, I have given pitches and you hear feedback and they're like, well, the food's all brown. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these things. Yeah. I mean, it's meat, and like, if you're into it, you're like, oh yeah, no, it's beautiful and stuff. What I think is interesting is that in this new age where, I mean, if you look at Jess, she has a incredible following that's really, built off of her creation. You know what I mean? She makes those videos. She doesn't rely on, I'm on this show, come check it out, and now everyone's following you. It's like, no, just follow me. I create my own stuff. And I would not be surprised if what happens is they'll come up with a bunch of reasons to say no. And then one day they're like, oh no, we should try that. And you're like, seriously? I have been pushing and pitching this thing. And so have a zillion other people too. There's no shortage of no's. It's just that one time they say yes and you're like, come on. But yeah, I do need to watch the show, but I'm very curious to see how it does for them. And if this means that they're willing to increase that, because they pulled back on baking, which used to be their bread and buttercream, pun intended. Yeah. They were doing so much baking for a while. Yeah.
All right. So we're going no on watching Pitmasters, which makes all four guests tonight currently not watching Pitmasters, which aligns with 42% of the YouTube voting public. However, 58% are saying they are watching it. I have watched, watched the debut episode, and then I was at a Guardians game last night, so I didn't watch the second episode. And I am notoriously anti-competition anything food show. So
sure.
So we're going to call it the original Barbecue Pitmasters. Was I forget what channel it was on, maybe Outdoor Network or whatever. And it was a show that followed Myron Mixon and Tuffy Stone and Harry Sue and some guy I'd never heard of, Leanne Whippen, all around the competition circuit. But it was more focused on the individuals. Then they culminated into some kind of barbecue competition wherever they were going. And it wasn't so much of a focus on did they win or did they lose. There were some results mixed in it there at the end, but then it was now we're traveling to the next one. Or it was more Deadliest Catch feel, Keeping Up with the Kardashian feel, like getting to know these people, let's say. And then the next season, it got flipped into the game show that it went on for many, many, many seasons afterwards. And that's when I fell out of love with it. That's when John Marcus, the executive producer and creator of that show, eventually fell out of love with it and then was told to leave at one point, and Food Network took it over. I would be surprised if they tried to resurrect that one. But it does appear through some talkings with my best pal, Michael Simon, that, and he did a different barbecue show like for 2 seasons a couple of years ago that, again, wasn't necessarily focused on results, but he was surprised it got picked up for a second season because it wasn't competition. So continues to prove to me I'm always in the minority of everything. I would like something that most people don't. Most people want to see the competition, and that seems to be where the success lies, and that's why Barbecue Brawl seems to be continuing on, and we will see. I mean, I'm just not getting any. I know the competition's different and this and that, but I mean, in the end, it's a competition. So, like, what's different between Barbecue Brawl and Pitmasters? I mean, it's 7 days long. You're cooking on brick pits. I mean, it's all kind of splinting sea hairs at this point. I mean, it is competition. It's being judged. There's witty banter back and forth. Is it contrived? Is it not? I don't know. It's all the same stuff that I don't typically dig in competition food shows, and now I'm served a new plate of it again, and I love everybody there. Please understand, everybody. I know everybody. Everybody's been on my show that is on that show, judges included. Even Andrew Zimmerd, who once said this on the show when I asked him a question.
That's one of the most intelligent questions anybody has ever asked me.
So I have that going for me. But
there you go.
But here I am wondering, when is my reality barbecue TV going to show? And it appears like, can't you pitch that, Ollie?
I mean, food wouldn't go for that. I mean, and you're, to be, here's the thing, like I said, I'm curious. It's almost like watching this thing. It's a weird time. It's a really weird time. I mean, there's a big possibility that all this stuff is going to be under one giant umbrella. If Ellis buys, all the stuff he wants to buy, it's pretty crazy. And, they don't have to. I mean, look, from when I started in TV, I had so many places to go. I had Cooking Channel, possibly up to Food Network, Travel Channel, Destination America was a thing too. There were just so many more places to go. Now it's all squeezed into one thing. It's being rolled in where this is so weird. I was literally, I don't know why this popped up, but for some reason, my old agent, I started Googling her and she was on some panel talking about TV and she was the middle's been torn apart, right? So there's either top tier stuff where you have an A-list star and they're okay, let's put this person in there. A good example is, I think, 100 Cooks, and they got Terry Crews in there too. It's just the scale and the stakes. It's kind of like Netflix. It's got to be really huge and move the needle and stuff like that. And then, these shows that really don't delighted enthusiasts like yourself. I mean, that's why Tuffy Stone's doing his barbecue docuseries on YouTube. The thing is there are places where this stuff is happening. And then the other thing too is there was a time where it was really novel to be oh my God, there's nothing on TV. Oh, cool, food. I'm into food. I can just watch food all the time. I mean, when you look at your audience poll too, and this is your audience poll.
Yeah.
These are people into barbecue, and they probably will watch the show more, but they're not jumping on it in that linear demand. And that's what makes it so tricky to get this stuff in a place where, they're still they just want to make sure the lights stay on. And that means keeping the advertiser dollars flowing, and they'll stick to what they know. And to me, the best example is they have a thing, it's done well, they put Bobby or Guy in there, the odds are much higher that it'll succeed, just truthfully with their core audience, right, who pay attention to what time the show is on and they'll watch it on time, versus other people who frankly will watch things however they watch it on their own schedule or whatever. And now I think it is interesting that they're let's try this one. Let's see if we can replicate that success. And if you look back at the history of Food Network, they've done this. It's a good sign for people who like barbecue TV. Yes, it's going to be competition, but that's your best shot.
Yep.
Because there's only one food travel TV show that's currently in production, period, point blank, on TV. And that is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. There's nothing else. There's nothing else by a network. What is crazy is how many people are doing this, including Phil Rosenthal, bringing it to YouTube, which, by the way, I had heard through the grapevine he didn't want to do back in 2019. He wanted to keep doing it with Netflix, but eventually, Netflix is a place too where they were doing some food TV travel for a bit, but then they do Squid Game. When you have someone who's guys, our North Star is Squid Game, it's very hard to be oh yeah, so I have this idea. I had this pitch where I wanted to take Cheap Eats fans out and they would take me on places. That's something that's a YouTube, it's a podcast, it's a TikTok series. That's not something that people are going to go, I'm going to sign up for Hulu.
Yeah.
The Bear is, and it's kind of true with movies too. It's so funny. So much of this is just really understanding the entertainment business as it is now, which is pretty crazy. But barbecue, yeah. The world's too straight up. The bean counters don't care about you and me, my friend. That's the truth.
No doubt about it. So speaking of bean counters, you have been helping people either spend their beans wisely or perhaps keep them in their pocket. You're doing burger reviews through, I guess, what I would call fast food / fast casual restaurants. Yep. Meat, of course, the topic everywhere, especially within the sector that I'm covering. Cost is outrageous. Barbecue restaurants trying to get out of brisket sales in some form or fashion. Smoked burgers attempting to gain a foothold in their place. But find a $20 burger anywhere else, and people are passing the fuck out at Five Guys or, you know, a number of these other places, but they might plop down $20 for a smoked burger at a barbecue restaurant. Where do you see beef right now across the arenas that you're covering?
You know what's crazy is I use fast food because it's just a number everyone can really understand and assume would stay cheap. And what's crazy is, and of my own personal experience, I was baffled when I started taking my teenage son to Raising Cane's, and I'm like, oh my God, this is how much people pay for this stuff? Like, it's crazy. I had no idea. And then I started to just kind of really zero in on price. Beef is literally the next video I want to do. Like, is beef becoming just too expensive? And I'm a guy who, I mean, I probably make steak tacos for my kid like twice a week. And where I live in Austin, Texas, we have a supermarket HEB that it's almost like, it's a great market if you really care about the number at when you ring up your groceries. Like it's usually very, very affordable. And I used to get this grass-fed flank steak for $9.99 up until about maybe a year and a half ago. Now it's up to $15. Like, there's no steak I can get that's like the cheapest steak at the most affordable supermarket. I mean, I'll be lucky to get it at $11 a pound. Yeah. Like, they're pushing everything. So beef is astronomical. I mean, hamburger. I was just at Sprouts like 2 hours ago. I could not believe what people pay at Sprouts. I might do a video on how Sprouts is like the biggest ripoff ever. They had a packet of hot dog buns for $16. I was like, are you kidding?
For buns?
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was a pack of 8, I guess, and it said it had olive oil in the bread, but I was like, get out of here. And you know, it's Sprouts, so it's all hippie, so there's no preservatives in it. It'll probably go bad. But I think, literally, I'm just like, are we going to just stop eating beef or slow down significantly? I'm looking at that. I have literally tried to find all kinds of cuts sub $10. HEB, being in Texas, they sell brisket trim. They have point trim. And if you look at it, it almost has some cuts, not all, but some of them has a little bit of like a kind of a bavette, skirt steak, flat meat kind of vibe, if you find the right cut. Yep. And I have gotten them and I've grilled them. I've posted it on social. People are like, oh, that's going to be way too tough. And I'm like, I actually got it to kind of be okay. But like, I'm going bonkers trying to do it. I honestly, it's going to be pork shoulder and chicken thighs for the rest of my days. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's becoming like seafood. It'll just be like a treat, and that's how I look at it from buying it. At a restaurant, like, it's brutal. My latest video, actually, it's crazy, is and I know we kind of tiptoed on this, because in Cleveland, you have a great sandwich deli place, Larder.
Yeah.
A big thing that's been happening in Austin has been social media has just been loving every Italian cold cut sandwich has been popping up. So I literally did my latest video as a review I actually been to Subway earlier. I did a video solely on that, but I compared their sub, like a foot long, was $14 with tax, and they do ask for a tip. Whenever I do these videos, I always toss in the minimum because they ask, so whatever, it's like $1. But it was $14 for Subway, $24 with tax and tip for the food truck cold cut hoagie. And I literally came to the conclusion that sandwiches aren't worth going out for. I mean, you got to really do something for me. A lot of them don't, and I think just food's so expensive right now. It's hard to find people that are really bringing it. So I'm literally like, I think I'm just going to hit an era where I'm just like, we have to just become better. If you really want to eat well, you have to cook more at home, and you have to get better, period. Because the price for goods ain't going to save you,
From a hamburger standpoint, which ones are you recommending to go to? You think the QPR is good, and which ones are you definitely staying away from?
So one of the things I started doing with fast food is also offer nutritional information, which was a really fun way to kind of find a third wheel to look at this. So, taste is subjective, but price is price, you know what I mean? And calories are calories. And to a certain degree, it's like, well, like you kind of get what you pay for. So, and sometimes like a big burger means a lot of calories. What I found, and this sounds crazy, this is how crazy prices are now. But I actually don't mind, even though it adds up really bad if I have to get my kid fries and a shake. But a Shake Shack burger, for the money, the quality, and the calories, is actually a solid burger. Yeah. And I've given up. I rarely eat fries. I do it just because I don't love them. I'd rather have a double patty or a triple than have the calories from fries. And it's just, I find it's far better for my overall health. It works really well for me. But I actually think Shake Shack is a pretty good value because of the quality. I've always... It's funny because I wasn't a big fan when I lived in California, but when I moved here, I got an affinity, call it a little bit of nostalgia to In-N-Out, but In-N-Out for the price, it's a good quality burger for the price, for sure. Like, it's even at these prices, it's not that bad. We have a local chain here called P. Terry's, and Culver's is actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
Those are ones that pop up, and it's just crazy how much you can spend at McDonald's. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't sit right to me. That's the one thing. Like, I'm human. I bleed. McDonald's has a taste that can be enjoyable, but the fact that it costs as much as it costs is absurd. I feel like that is the public trust has been broken. McDonald's is supposed to be cheap. It's got to be cheap. You know what I mean? But I think those ones, like, it sounds crazy because I always said Shake Shack's pretty pricey for what it is, but considering but it is crazy. The calories on that are very reasonable. It's shocking.
Yeah,
it is shocking how the calories aren't that bad.
I
actually like.
I'm a huge In-N-Out or a huge Shake Shack guy, and so no In-N-Outs here in Cleveland. First time I went out to Vegas, there was an In-N-Out down the promenade, whatever the fuck they call it, in between hotels there, and. I was pleasantly surprised at what I ended up getting. And I went back a second time, both times for work. And that's the least expensive good meal in the whole city. I mean, you could get out of there with fries and a drink for $10, $11.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't getting anywhere food on the Strip or in a resort or a hotel or whatever for $12.
Yeah. No, I mean, In-N-Out, like, what's funny is I grew up, actually, you were near them too. I grew up 80s into the 90s with Steak and Shake. Loved that burger. Absolutely loved it. Every time I went back home to St. Louis, I was like, I gotta get me a Steak and Shake. And then they started to expand. And I remember I had it maybe 10, 11 years ago out here. And I was like, it didn't hit like I remembered. And then there's actually a great podcast called Doughboys that talks about really how the company changed hands and it's not as good as it used to be. But my complaint with In-N-Out was like, the meat's kind of a little skimp, a little dry. And then I started using Reddit and I landed on my perfect order. So if you ever go back to In-N-Out, I strongly recommend you get a 3x2. So 3 patties, 2 slices of cheese. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's so gluttonous. But the patties are minuscule.
Yeah.
So having 3 patties is like having like a regular size hamburger patty. And what's so funny is when you get these burgers, people always put an equal amount of, like, they do the same count of cheese to beef, but it's really, if you think about how much beef it is, it's way more cheese than you need. So I go 3x2, and then I do light lettuce, because a lot of people will be like, you get the lettuce and the stems everywhere. It's kind of messy. So if you do light lettuce, you just get the soft leaves. My dad always ordered burgers, lettuce, tomato, onion. So I do light lettuce. I do tomato. So people don't like it, I like it. And I do double onion. I do raw and grilled. And I also do it animal style. And I actually think you get so much fantastic flavors. You get actually beefy flavors from the grilled onion, from the mustard glazed patty. And it really is, it is a burger that's kind of like an Italian-American cold cut sandwich. You got to get everything, the crunch, the lettuce, the oil vinegar, and then you got to add the chopped chilies. those little chopped chili peppers. They will take them and chop them up and put them on the burger, plus the spread. I love Thousand Island. I love Thousand Island. I love ranch, and the burger just drips, man. And then I highly recommend you get the burger, unwrap it, and then hit it from the backside where all that stuff's been dripping. It's just got this. It has this zing. It has this taste, and it just elevates the beef. And I think some people are just like, even though Shake Shack has better beef, you realize how a burger can also just be about the sum of its parts. So highly recommend you trying that one.
You ever been to P. Terry's hamburger?
That is actually, that was the last one not this video that came out, but the last one. Yes. And you know what's funny? P. Terry's has way better fries in In-N-Out. Like, we all know this. In-N-Out's fries are just, they're not good. They don't double fry them. I don't know. P. Terry's has great fries. The last time I got P. Terry's, I did that similar order as best as I could. And I actually add mustard, and it was the best. Like, if you check all my last videos, like, people were like, I've gotten P. Terry's, mine never looked like that. And I'm like, well, my friends, you got to know how to order. Yeah, 100, dude. Trust me. The triple patty 2-slice cheese, and just you gotta get the stuff. You know, you gotta load it up.
George Moat says you wanna loading up a burger is taking away from the burger. He's the burger scholar.
Yeah, I mean Well, you know, here's the other thing too. Look at his burger; it's got great ratios. You know, you got to work with what you got.
Yeah, but he shits on brioche bun. Do you shit on brioche bun? I love it.
You know what? Here's the thing. I think that I remember when they first came out, and you're like, wow, look at this super rich bread. And then what happened was, I think that they found ways to make them. They found there was a demand for them, and people started churning them out. I think that you could have, there's a range to a brioche bun. And if a place is like a proper restaurant and they make their own bread, the brioche bun could be awesome. But I think there's some brioche, it's like Wagyu. Like, dude, it's abused. You know what I mean? You can get all kinds of freaking, like, yeah, dude, try this Wagyu. And I'm like, hang on. You know what I mean? Like, it started out like up here, and then it just got a little mass marketed.
Yeah.
But I do think that, you know, it's funny. A brioche bun doesn't mean the bun's fresh. Doesn't mean it's as brioche as others. And you can still jack up the burger every which way. I just think it turned into a mass market kind of option. And I get it. It can kind of mask a burger. It's, you know, it's crazy. There's a market here called Central Market. Yep. And they have these huge brioche buns. They're great. I mean, they're really delicious. One day, my wife read the calories on that thing, and she's like, we're not buying this. Like, it's like freaking 300 calories. Like, whoa. Dude, like, what? Well, yeah, no. I mean, you know, you gotta, yeah. Like, I would say if you had to get a fancy bun, a milk bread bun, a pain au lait, is a nice bun. It's rich, but it's not just like, I think brioche can be a cheat code, and I think there's cheap cheat codes. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends. I remember when they first came out, like in the early aughts, and it was like, I'm at a gastropub, and what do you mean I have to spend $12 on a burger, you know? And, you know, I remember when they were like, oh, this is really great, but two things. Reading that calorie bag, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work out well for me. It's like finding out how much the calories are in fries. It's not good, dude. You know what I mean?
You don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Just eat it, and ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Dude, it is until you're pushing the pre-diabetes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I just push that away. I literally will go, I'll justify it like this. I'll get an extra patty, whatever it takes. And my doctor signs off on it.
You're there for the burger, for Christ's sake. You're not there. Like I always say, if you go to the barbecue restaurant and the first thing you're talking about when you leave is how good the banana pudding was or how good the baked bean was, that place sucks.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think there are places that do it all, but dude, you're just freaking. You know what? I'm a savory eater, but and that's another thing too. I've been trying to look at too is like finding like better health stuff because I've, you know, over the years, last couple of years, I've been able to lose weight and keep it off, and like I'll tell you, like you can eat meat. It's surprising. Like I thought when I lost weight, the doctor will be like, yeah, you lost weight, but your cholesterol's sky high. Not true. And I do take a statin. I've taken a statin for years because I have heart disease in my family. But, dude, them sweets, like, yeah, dude, that's not a good idea.
No.
If you just had barbecue and then they're like, you got to try the band. Like, in fact, Ernest at Burnt Bean, which I think it's the best barbecue restaurant I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. You know what I mean? And I've been to a lot of great ones. I should say I haven't been to a lot. I've been to a lot of great ones, and he's got some good desserts on there. But I'm like, Ernest, dude, I don't. Like there's a time and a place. Banana pudding's fine if you've had a tasting menu and you've had little bites and stuff. You've been sitting there with piles of brisket and sausage. And you're just moaning and groaning, and then you're like grabbing that. Dude, that's when you get the hang up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be like, that's automatic wheelchair for the supermarket. I don't want that life.
We're talking with Ali Khan, and you can find him over at Ali Khan Eats. Ali, great conversation tonight. Didn't get to half the stuff that I had on the agenda, which means we're going to have to book yet another time and start tackling that stuff and cover whatever new you've put up in the meantime. So everybody head over and see what Ali's up to. Appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, bud.
There he is, Ali Khan, right there. Unbelievable, great information there. And if you are looking for perhaps the best fast food or fast casual burger, according to Ali, it is the Shake Shack burger. I agree. Oh, man, I love a Shake Shack burger. So good. All right, we're going to play catch up. We're going to close out the second hour and then get you going. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Let's get back to a guy who has more experience giving you his opinion than he actually has cooking. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Well, the internet screwed with him 2 weeks ago, but this time he comes through with flying colors. Wow, what a segment with Ali Khan. I really feel like next segment, now that we've built real rapport, we've established connection, he's got show flow recognition. I feel like Ali is just ready to start releasing hot takes and giving you insider information that we're really not going to get from everybody else. And he's in it. Like, he knows a whole bunch of really important people. He knows a lot about TV. He had that Cheap Eats TV show for a number of years. I feel like he is just pent up and needs a real outlet to let it fly, and this could be the one. So stay tuned for the next segment with Ali Khan. In the meantime, all the way back in the first hour, Dan Arnold joined us from Suckle Busters. Great catching up with Dan after a 4-year layoff, and then it was Wright from cookoutnews.com. Then leading the second hour, Sam the Cooking Guy. It was a reload of the whole second hour from 2 weeks ago. Sam the Cooking Guy came on, talked about his Japan trip, and then that ended in Seoul, South Korea, that we didn't talk too much about. And then Ali Khan closing it out. Ali Khan Eats. Big show planned for you next week. Of course, we have the embedded correspondence, amongst others. It's going to be great. By the way, programming note, end of next month, my best pal and not yours, Michael Simon, rejoins the show. That's right. That was booked today. So looking forward to catching up with my pal Mike. All right, how do I always leave you? Well, once again, we say happy birthday to my mom, Connie Rempe. Happy birthday as we close it out. So how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe, saying, Shalom!
Hi, this is Sylvie Curry from Ramona, California. and I'm listening to the Barbecue Central Show.